Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be another house renovation update. I think it's week 20, so if you want to see what's happened then keep watching. So again, like last week, I thought I would just do a big summary video at the end because it's been one of those weeks where essentially the walls have just got whiter and other little bits and bobs have been done, but they're not like that impressive to show individually, if you know what I mean. They're like important, but they're not like whoa. So I'm going to start in the kitchen area space. We don't know what we're going to call this. We keep calling it the kitchen, but it's a lot more than that. So if you have something similar, let me know what you call it because I've still no idea. But yeah, I will walk you around, show you everything. I'll show you upstairs as well, and I'll show you outside. Excuse the noise. I have the doors open. As you can see, it's like quite sunny, but it's just bucketed it down and gone like a bit breezy and windy. So I will turn you around and I will give you a tour. So here is the kitchen space. I actually have to go and check my last video from last week to try and remember everything that has changed, because we get used to it day by day, but obviously like this is a recap, isn't it? So the first thing you'll notice now is that everywhere has doors. So the fridge now has doors and the dishwasher has doors, and we have all the hardware on, which is really exciting. So obviously we went for gold and we are super chuffed with how everything's turned out. It's just it's really pretty, and I just like the way that it goes with like the white and the cashmere units. I just think that it's really nice all together. And then another thing that's changed, obviously we had a 50-50 coat of paint and water put on the new walls, because plaster absorbs a lot of paint, fresh plaster, when it's new. It just kind of saves you money and helps your paint go a bit further and gives you a better like result overall. And then we have a coat of our chosen colour for this wall, which is obviously just white. I'm going to step back a little bit so I can show you better. But we have gone for white cotton, which is a Dulux shade. However, we've had it mixed in Crown Trade paint because it's just like a little bit more affordable. Some argue it's like better quality as well, but like the jury's out on that one. I'm not a paint expert, but we're really pleased with it. I don't know if you can fully tell, but it's a really nice white. You can see the difference here. So there's white on the walls and then just like very bog standard white on the ceilings. But this white is obviously white cotton, and that's just like a trade white paint. But you can see that there is a difference, and it just kind of warms the space up a little bit without it being too stark, if you know what I mean. So that's all been done. Excuse my washing machine going bonkers in that room. We always have washing on at the moment. So anyway, back over here, everything like hardware wise is done. The dishwasher is working now, which is really handy, just because like we do go through quite a bit of like washing up and stuff. The cooker tap has been like hooked up in terms of like the boiling water now. So you do like a 1, 2 and then a twist. And I have to wipe you after that. There we go. A little bit steamy. So it's really, we're really pleased with it in terms of safety, because it's not something that our children would automatically know how to use. And then the hot and cold water function is here anyway, sorry. So like this way is cold, on, this way is hot, on and off, and so you can move it and like alter it depending on how hot or cold you want it. So we're really pleased with that. And then I have actually, if I stand back, my squawky cat is back again. Here he is again. So if I stand back, you can see that obviously there's still a huge gap here. It does look really weird at the moment. And we're having 2 really long all the way across scaffold shelves. I was going to try and do them ourselves, but we don't own things like a circular saw or anything like that, and it'd be one of those where we'd have to like beg and borrow like other things, and we don't really have like the space to make stuff at the moment because there's always people here. So I had a search around, and I've actually found someone local that makes them, and she stains them and sands them all down and makes sure they're like all fit for purpose. She knows how many like brackets to use, and in the end we've just gone with her because they were really affordable and they look gorgeous as well. And then I know that like whatever we put up there is going to be like right and fit for purpose, because I hate to do it ourselves and then like completely mess up. So they are being done I think this following week, and we should have them within a week or so, I think. So then that space will all be like tied in, and then up here I'm gonna have like, I might move my cookery books from over there, just put a few trinkets up, not loads of stuff, but I just wanted it to be like a pretty area. Another thing that I can tell you about is that we had the 4th stool, and I think it was a good choice because we still have like loads of space either side, like they're not all like crammed together. And when the floor is leveled out, which I will get to in a moment, like we'll be able to space them evenly and stuff, so I'm really pleased about them. And yeah, everything's coming together. We do have our pendant lights now. I was looking for ages for something in this space because I do like the big glass ones and stuff, but I just wanted something that was going to be a little bit more rustic, and I've gone for these. They're like a coated type twine, if that makes sense. So I was quite pleased with them because they're not like, you know how some can be quite porous. So that's what we've had put up here, and they're just on like pendant strings basically, and we've got cool white bulbs in those. So if anybody has a kitchen, like our electrician basically said, for bathrooms and kitchens, go for cool white because it's just sort of better for those sort of areas. It looks a little bit cleaner, and you want like bright light in those spaces, don't you, for cooking or making sure like, you know, you've shaved properly or whatever, I don't know. So that's that, and the kitchen is so close to being done. Everywhere over here is painted as well. We obviously won't be using this space as it is at the moment, but we are getting there now, and everywhere's just looking a lot cleaner. And then this is the downstairs loo, which is not looking as successful as the rest of the house at the moment. I'm not really sure what's going on with this, but hopefully it will be fitted maybe once our flooring is done. So at the moment we're just like hiding stuff in here because it just means we can use the space a bit better without having to like have a load of stuff out that could potentially get like messed with by the kids or like whatever. And then, sorry, it's gone all like dark while it tries to focus. Over here, you'll probably remember this area was just full of stuff. So we dismantled our old island, got rid of that. We got rid of like loads of extra boxes, tidied everything up, and we've just moved our table over here for now. We're not going to keep it over here because we've got different plans for this space, but it's nice to have a table again. This, I don't really know what this is. I think it's like leftover bits for the kitchen, and then down here are the plinths, like the kickboards. So they won't go on until the floor is level, and as you can see, the floor is not level at all. So this next week marks the start of our flooring. So we've gone for LVT, we've gone for a brand called Luvanto. It's basically exactly the same as Cardine, that kind of thing, but just a little bit cheaper. We actually have Luvanto already in our hallway, so we're going to colour match to the shade in our hallway, which is Country Oak, and have it run through here just so we get like a real sense of like flow. And then basically what's going to have to happen is that the old stuff is going to have to come up. This is very damaged, and we always knew that that would be the case, and it's a little too dark for what we want anyway. I think it's going to be more like this shade, to be honest with you. And then what's going to happen when all of this has been pulled up, we're going to have a screed go down, and the screed will basically level everything off, and then when the screed's gone down, the new LVT will go down, and then we can finally get the skirting board on, the rest of the architrave and the doors, because obviously you get doors made to measure, but then you might need to file them down a little bit at the bottom depending on how like high up your flooring is. There's my cat again. Speaking of doors, I have just oiled this one. I used Osmo door oil, and I used the raw matte transparent one, and I'm really pleased with it actually, because some of them can be really orangey, whereas this one has kept the natural tones of the wood a little bit more. So if I take you in here, I can show you as a comparison. So this is what it's like when it's been oiled, and then I'm gonna have to pause you for a second, mate. Sorry, I just had to pause the washing machine because it was making a right racket. So this is what it looks like. You can't really see because it's auto-focusing again. This is what it's like when it's been oiled, and then if you go over here, this is what it's like when it's not oiled. So the colour difference, so if I stand back, is pretty minimal, and that's what we wanted because I actually really like this natural colour. While we're in here, what can I show you? Obviously, this has been painted to match as well, but still needs a few, like everywhere still needs an extra coat because it's still a bit patchy. But we have like our fan on there. We're going to have another fan put in the kitchen as well. just to help like air circulate and stuff. And then we are having the utility fitted, or hopefully it arrives tomorrow, so I'm assuming it's going to be fitted tomorrow and like the next couple of days. And I think the only thing is that we're going to have to strike a balance between the utility being fitted versus the floor being done, because obviously it's two different sets of tradespeople and it's going to be a bit like here, there and everywhere. So we might struggle to be in the kitchen this week at some points, just while, you know, things being done, and also while the screed sets and stuff. It should take like 2-3 hours, but depending on when it's finished will depend whether or not we can cook dinner in there and stuff. I'm just going to go and get the key for this door and I will show you what's happened outside. So this is what it looks like out here, and if you would like to call it a hot mess, I would agree with you, because it is very messy, but we are getting there. One of the biggest things that's happened out here this week is that we have had the cladding go on, and I really like it because it kind of matches the panelled effect that we have on our doors, our two new external ones. There's a bit of beading missing like here, and there's more silicone work that needs doing because it's not all sealed properly yet. Like you can see here, oh, there's a gap and stuff, but we are getting there and it's looking a lot cleaner. The smeg has been moved out of here now, like all of these offcuts have been moved out, so hopefully slowly but surely this stuff will all move. And then if I take you over here, you can just see there's just stuff everywhere. There is stuff everywhere. But then back here we've still got scaffolding up, like this pipe where it needs to come down, this needs to come down because it's not in use anymore, but we have the cladding up and that's on all the way round. And what I'll do now is like take you to the back and show you through the back as well. Hopefully this scaffolding will come down soon, because it is an eyesore, and our neighbours next door have been so good and been like great and like said, yeah, put it up, because obviously it keeps their roof safe as well. And I just want it done for them as well as us. So I'm back in here, and then I'm going to take you back outside again. Here we go. So I come out here with Romeo. You can see like everything down here is looking a little bit better now. That was the only patch of grass that like didn't survive. Our flagstones, these were all originally here anyway. They're not the best looking thing in the world, but we won't be rushing to replace these anytime soon because budget doesn't allow, and we're not 100% on what we want to do with the garden. So yeah, that's for another day. So this is what the view is from back here. Hopefully you can see okay, because the weather keeps changing and my camera keeps going like really bright and then really dark. But all of the cladding's been done, and like things are slowly but surely being like properly finished off. So we're getting there. The garage is a bit of a bone of contention because obviously like the roof on that was really dodgy anyway. So we're just in the process of trying to work out what exactly we're going to do with that. All of this ivy is from next door, but that hasn't helped because it's completely grown over the garage. It looks beautiful, but it's slowly destroying it, if you know what I mean. So that is where we're up to now, and it's looking a lot more like part of the house. And like you can't see, but next door have a really similar extension, so they kind of match, which is quite nice. And then what I'll do now is take you upstairs. So this is the state of our hallway. You'll have to excuse me whispering because Stan is asleep and I don't want to wake him up because he's not long since gone down. But nothing's really changed here. We are desperately waiting for plasterers to come. Like this window's been made smaller, and we just need them to come and finish things off. Like this bit, because this place can't be redecorated until all of that is done. But one of the things that we do have now is a light, which is always very good. And then if I bring you up here, you can see obviously that's the cladding that I showed you last time, so it's been done everywhere now. And then this is our bedroom. So the colour in here is Dulux Timeless, but again it's been colour matched. I can't turn the light on for you because I've not got a bulb. But I will try and like come the other way around because again my camera's been a plonker, but hopefully you can see a bit better. This light is from IKEA. I can't remember what it's called, but I'll try and link it down below if you're curious. But yeah, there's just rubbish everywhere in here at the moment, but this area is probably one of the closest bits to be getting done. But because of the plastering that needs doing, and the fact that we're having carpet that runs through all of here, I don't know if we're going to have carpet in here until the plastering and the decorating has been done, purely because it would make sense for our carpet guy to just come once rather than a few times. My camera's really annoying me today, I'm sorry. But this is the bathroom. This has only had 50/50 on, it's not been properly painted yet, because there are a few bits in here that need like sorting out again. But this will be what colour? White cotton in here again, just because it's a darker room, and Timeless by comparison is a little bit warmer. But we are getting there, and this is still cool. Do you like that? The toilet works now and the shower works now, but for some reason the sink doesn't. I don't know really why that is, but I can't wait for this to have flooring in and stuff now, so we can clean it and like start to use it and things like that, because that looks like a really nice shower to have a shower in, if you ask me. I'm gonna get some nice smellies for it and stuff, but that's for another day. So I need to oil this door and that door and make sure that they're sorted. I'm gonna try and do that before the carpet goes on, just in case we have any drips and stuff. Another thing is that we've decided that we're gonna go for shutters, like plantation style shutters in here, just so we can have that really like calm and serene feel to this room. Want it to be like really natural, have like a few plants in here, loads of neutral tones and stuff, and yeah, hopefully when all of this is down we'll have like a nice view again, because at the moment you just use scaffold boards. It's not a very good look, is it? But yeah, so I feel like that might have been a really long video, but I hope that you have enjoyed it. We really are getting like so close, but it's like so far, like I said last time, at the same time, but we're getting there slowly but surely. I would just like to have one part of the house like somewhat finished off, so we have like a place to retreat to like a bit more, because the living rooms are really taking a hit, like not only with like mess and clutter, but also like the carpet's like a bit dusty and stained, so we're gonna have to get like a carpet cleaner at some point and sort that out, because it just looks really like grimy. But I mean, it's normal, we've had like extension work done before, so we know what to expect. But it'd just be nice to have a bit more freedom back. Like the weekends are great, because when there's no one here we can run around in the kitchen and play in the garden and that kind of thing, and even though everything's not perfect, at least we've got the freedom to do that. Whereas like the last few months we've really missed it, but we're getting somewhere, aren't we? We are getting somewhere. I have loads of ideas for this room in terms of what I want to do for like decor and stuff, but I'm not gonna like ruin that yet, because even though we've got like a fixed colour on the walls, it won't be the only colour. I haven't really got anything else to tell you, so I hope you enjoyed this update. I hope you're having a lovely day, evening, afternoon, morning, night, whatever you're up to, and I will hopefully see you next week for week 21, and I will have a bit more to show you. Bye!